Starmer, the Clone Wars, the Broomstick Reckoning. The War Room in Downing Street was a tragic farce that damp March morning in 2025. A wobbly table groaned under chipped mugs and a biscuit tin leaking crumbs, while a projector flickered an upside-down map of Ukraine. Dolly the sheep's portrait loomed above, her stare a silent rebuke. Prime Minister Keir Starmer stood at the head, tie askew, waving his arms like a man swatting a moth with a rolled-up guardian. "Right, team," he barked, voice cracking like a boy at a school play. "Putin's had his fun. Britain must lead in Ukraine. Boots on the ground, flags high. I'll be Keir the Unstoppable." Sarah, his advisor with a scowl that could curdle tea, scrolled X without looking up. "Sir, the public's torching bins over the price of fish fingers. They're not sending little Alfie to Kiev for your Churchill fanfic." Tom, a lanky cynic with a smirk sharper than a shard of glass, snorted. "X says it all. Starmer wants war. He can't fight a paper bag. 20k likes." Keir puffed up, cheeks flushing. "Rubbish. My spirit's tougher than my fists. Did you see that punching bag video? I was Ali, Tyson, a ninja in a suit." Sarah's eyebrows shot up. "We saw it. The bag one. You flailed like a drunk pelican. Putin's probably got it as his bunker screensaver." Tom grinned, scrolling. "Best comment. Starmer versus Bag. Bag retires undefeated. My nan's knitting needles hit harder." Keir's eyes gleamed with manic delight. "Laugh all you like. I've got a plan so genius, it'll make Einstein look like a GCSE dropout. Dolly the sheep taught us cloning. We're making an army of me, 20,000 Keir Starmers, armed with my resolve, my jawline, my devastating left hook." Silence crashed down. Sarah's phone hit the table. Tom sprayed tea across Dolly's face. "An army of you?" Sarah choked. "That's not a threat, that's a bloody circus. Russia won't run, they'll die laughing. You're less popular than a wet sock." Tom wheezed. "Clone Starmers? Battle cry, levelling up, one pratfall at a time? I'd send my Roomba, it's got more menace." Keir grinned like a mad professor. "You'll see. And since the budget's tighter than a hipster's jeans, NHS on its knees, my hair gel fund gone, I've tapped the EU's Dragon Queen, Ursula von der Leyen." The door burst open, and in strutted Ursula von der Leyen, heels clicking like a death knell. She clutched a broomstick, her smirk a blade of ice. "Guten Tag, Keir, you glorious fool," she purred, accent thick with mockery. "You need weapons? Behold, the Broomstick 4000. From my Bundeswehr glory days, elegant, splintery, and lethal to cobwebs." Tom muttered, "Glory days? Your tanks were scrap. Soldiers swept barracks with those." Ursula waved a hand. "Ha, details. The Broomstick 4000 is the future. Sustainable warfare." She tossed it to Keir, who fumbled it, nearly spearing his shin. He waved it like a discount Gandalf. "Perfection," he crowed. "Picture it. 20,000 of me, broomsticks aloft, storming Ukraine with for king and country. Putin sees that, he's halfway to Siberia before tea." Sarah groaned. "More like tripping over brooms. You got stuck in a revolving door last week. Needed a crowbar and a prayer to escape." Ursula cackled like a witch on nitrous. "Oh, Keir, yours a gift that keeps on stumbling. The EU funds this, our blockbuster. Starmer Wars, the Broomstick Reckoning. Champagne's on ice." Keir clapped. "Clone me, 20,000 by Friday, all with my steely grit." Tom smirked. "And your knack for droning till we're comatose, God save us." Beneath a defunct COVID testing site near Swindon, the Department of Ethical-ish Science hummed back to life. Dr. Priya Pringle, geneticist and Bake Off semi-finalist, squinted at Keir's DNA. "Thin stuff, mostly legalese and repressed ambition," she muttered. Her assistant, Dr. Mei Chen, nodded, dodging a clone that spoke only in disclaimers. "Results may vary. Consult your MP." After flops, one clone voted yes and no simultaneously, and another tried to unionize the petri dishes, Starmer clone Thauso 1 emerged. 6 feet of beige, suit pristine, muttering, "We must consider all options while committing to none." Priya whispered, "It's him." Perfectly milquetoast. Soon, 20,000 clones filled the lab, some squinting, some droning about potholes, all clutching broomsticks from Ursula's crates, labelled "May sweep enemies away with disappointment." Training on Salisbury Plain was a disaster. Clones jogged politely, chanting, "Let's move forward, but not hastily," while debating broom form. Clone number 112 high-kicked a dummy, then apologised for excessive force. Clone number 448 staged an interpretive dance titled Strategic Neutrality. Leaked footage hit TikTok. Britain wept laughing. Memes erupted. The beige awakens. Harry Potter and the Order of Centrism. The Thompsons, Dave, Linda, Jake, watched BBC News in Leeds, popcorn flying. "He's sweeping a puddle," Dave roared. "Best since Fawlty Towers." Linda wiped tears. "Cloning that boar? Who'd want more of levelling up?" Jake grinned. "Send him to school. Mr. Jenkins'd retire." In Moscow, Putin sprawled with vodka, watching drone footage with Dmitry and Sergei. "What is this?" he howled, snorting. "A flash mob of accountants?" Dmitry guffawed. "Broomsticks from von der Leyen. I saw those sweep latrines in Berlin." Sergei chuckled. "We'll live stream the broom ultimatum. Surrender just to watch them salute their own shadows." Putin called for yoga to cope. Operation Mild Wind launched. 20,000 clones crossed into Ukraine, broomsticks high, pamphlets fluttering. Ukrainians mistook them for a stag do. "Here to clean?" one asked. Clone number 448 replied, "No, to demonstrate presence through neutrality." Russia pulled back, too embarrassed to fight. The UK went wild. Clone number 229 modelled for M&S. Vara 38 ran for council. Yarozone 01 meditated behind Pret. Keir beamed on TV. Diplomacy, resolve and 20,000 Mez changed the world. Ursula pitched Broom Force 2030 TM, now with extendable handles. A rogue clone fled to Ibiza, muttering about cocktails. Britain didn't win, it got a BAFTA. But there was an unexpected upside to this clone catastrophe. Back in Westminster, Keir found a silver lining every time his lips moved, which, let's be honest, was usually to spin a whopper. Caught promising no tax hikes last week, only for the budget to slap VAT on tea bags. "Oh, that wasn't me," he'd say, smirking like a kid who'd nicked the last biscuit. "Must have been clone number 732. Those lads get chatty after a pint." Pinned on X for claiming the NHS was fully funded while nurses taped gloves together. Not my words. Clone number 115's got a wild imagination. The press ate it up. Which Keir said it? Became a daily game on Have I Got News For You. Sarah groaned at every briefing. "He's lying again. Blame clone Umbra 448 this time. It's his turn." Tom cackled. 20,000 scapegoats. He's untouchable now. Even when a clone was caught on mic promising free hoverboards for all, Keir shrugged on live TV. "I'd never say that. Clone Bomb 999's a dreamer." The public, still giggling from the broomstick debacle, just shrugged. Truth was optional when the clones were this funny. Like and follow or subscribe and take a look at our other content.